Hello everyone, another video. This is the role of parents for students in the dojo. One of the things that I try to communicate with parents is how to help your child become successful in martial arts and everything else. So I have a couple of things that I have in mind. One of them is it's very important to always have your child on time. When you show up late to class, sometimes they get discouraged. They don't want to come because they're embarrassed. So try to keep them on time, bring them to class 5 minutes before class at least. That way they can kind of get comfortable, mosey on in, and that way they're not, they come into the class already started, they missed the warm-up, everybody's looking at them, so bring them on time. The other thing is get them fed. If they're not fed, they're hungry, they're tired, they're not going to have a good class, they're not going to have good energy, so that's important too. But of course, healthy food, not junk food, McDonald's and stuff like that. Try to give them good healthy food as much as possible. Good food equals good energy. The other thing is make sure they're rested. If they go to bed on time, take good, maybe a nap. Sometimes it's better for them, to have as much adequate sleep. Not enough sleep, they come sleepy, tired, and grouchy. They don't put their effort in. The other thing is always encourage them, support them. If they're doing well in class, acknowledge it. If they're not doing well in class, there might be a reason behind that, and sometimes it's something you aren't aware of. So always communicate with your child. Make sure that you know what's going on with them at all times. Sometimes they're just feeling down or whatever, something at school or whatever, or they're just not having they're not having a good day. So encourage them, and always be positive and supportive, and believe in what they're doing. Another thing is watch what they're doing. So come to class, be in class. Try to avoid being on your cell phone. A lot of people sometimes, they get on their phone because they're getting messages and whatnot. Look at them when they're doing class. Watch them. Show them. When they look at you and they look over their shoulder when they're in class, they want to know that you guys are paying attention. So when they look at you, give them the thumbs up. Good job. Okay, keep going. And if they look at you for too long, say, okay, focus. Tell them to focus. So that's another thing that you can do to help them have successful classes and success in general. Another thing that could also help is sometimes we do games or we do, different activities that require some cheering. I always tell parents, hey, cheer, go ahead and cheer. But sometimes they need to focus in the class, and sometimes the parents tend to coach on the sidelines. So as much as possible, ask them to listen to senpai or sensei or shihan. Don't try to coach them yourself. Don't try to give them tips because you might know a technique or two. There's a reason, they're being instructed by instructors. So they need to understand the value of their instructors too. So if you support that, then that helps us help them, help you, help them. And it just all around. Okay, so those are some parent tips. Again, get them on time, make sure they're rested and fed, support them, encourage them, ask them to focus, support them, give them the thumbs up, cheer them on when they're playing the games or doing drills that are challenging. If they lose focus, ask them to listen to senpai, sensei. Just some of the things, that help them become a little bit more successful in class. Okay. That's another video. One of the things I had on my mind that I wanted to address, a piece of paper doesn't always do it. And sometimes you guys aren't here, or we miss the memo, or we announce it in class or say something and it doesn't always get communicated. So that's just another video for you guys. Okay? Thank you.